If you've ever hit a tree stump, a large rock, or even an old pipe that you didn't see in the grass with a conventional mower with the blade, you may know what will happen to it. The engine will either stop, the blade might get damaged, and if you happen to get the engine started, it'll shake because the crankshaft will be bent. But what would you say to using this string trimmer instead of a conventional mower? But what's the point in even having one of these? In today's video, we look at this walk-behind string trimmer, and the problem is that it won't start, and the reason is more than likely due to poor storage. Now, I've already fixed this trimmer, and if you want to see that video, there should be a link to it at the top of the screen or at the end of the video. I'm just going to use the video as a background while I talk about why someone would want to own and use one of these large walk-behind string trimmers. Now, I didn't know these existed until about 8 years ago, and the reason is because the stores I visited never had them on display. I guess I was going to the wrong stores because if I had gone to the farm and tractor stores, I would have seen them there. The first time I saw one of these was when I made a house call to a potential customer. They said they had a trimmer they wanted me to fix, and when they came out of the garage with it, they had one of these. Now, I was in complete awe of the design and how cool it looked. It was just a lawnmower with large rear wheels, but the front was a belt-driven spindle loaded with trimmer line. I then loaded it into the back of my little car, got it home, and that's when I got a better idea of what I was working with, and I soon realized what the pros were and also some potential cons for having one of these. Of course, one of the biggest reasons for using this as a mower would be to avoid damaging the blade and crankshaft like you would on a conventional mower. The reason is pretty obvious. There's no blade to damage, only the string, which will then bend when hitting something hard. And even if you could stop the string, since it's belt driven, the belt will slip on either pulley and never damage the crankshaft on the engine. If you're not aware, once the crankshaft is bent, there's not much you can do other than replace the crankshaft at great expense or have the shaft bent back into shape, but there's no guarantees on how long the engine will last after it's been straightened. You can pretty much kiss that mower goodbye because if you continue to use it, it wouldn't be too long that the vibrations will cause premature wear on the engine. The pulleys and trimmer string on this machine almost guarantees that you'll never have to deal with that issue, so that's a great reason to have and use one of these. Another great reason is being able to use it in very tall grass. I'm not sure if you've ever tried to use a conventional mower in grass over a foot tall, but the deck and blade layout does not do well. That's not the case for this machine. Now, I'm not saying this is the best machine to use on grass that's over 1 foot tall. In fact, I use a brush hog instead, but this will have a better chance than a conventional mower. Now, obviously, if your grass never gets over 1 foot in height, you don't need one of these, but it's nice to know that it can handle it if need be. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this machine is best used for a very specific kind of mowing, mainly along fence lines or where you have a lot of obstacles in conjunction with very tall grass. If you don't have to do that kind of work, then I wouldn't consider using it, but I do think this machine would be a great addition to someone with more than half an acre of land. Since we're on the topic, these are the cons or reasons why you don't need to have or even use one of these types of string trimmers. The first reason is that if you're the type to keep a well-manicured lawn, never letting your grass get over a few inches before mowing it, then there's no point in having one of these. Now, this type of machine is well suited to taking down tall grass, and if you never let your grass get that way, then that reason is gone. The second reason you don't need this machine is because you don't have hundreds of feet of fence line or obstacles you need to go around. I rarely see many lots with more than a few trees, and if that's your lot as well, then there's no point in having one of these. The third reason not to get one of these is that it's not an ideal replacement for a conventional mower. Now, these do a great job of cutting grass, but you may not like the fact that the clippings will not be mulched into the lawn, which means you'll need a lawn sweeper to pick up the clippings. I personally don't like to bag my grass, I instead mulch it back into the lawn, so unfortunately that means I could never use one of these on my personal lawn. And the last reason not to have one of these is the use of the string. Now, even though the string is very thick and it will last for quite some time, over time the string will get shorter and what was once a large cutting area will be a lot less. That means depending upon how much you use it, you could have to replace the line a few times a year, which some might find to be a deal breaker. But why would that be a deal breaker? Easy. When you have a conventional mower, even if the blade gets very dull, it still cuts the same width when it's sharp or dull. It won't ever change unless the blade is broken or starts to break apart. However, a blade won't do that for quite a long time, and definitely not in one season. So what's the point of even getting one of these if it seems that there are more cons to having one than a conventional mower? Easy. Land. Even though I live in the city and most everyone I know also lives in the city as well, not everyone lives on a small lot with either a privacy fence or even a chain link fence. There's still plenty of people who live outside of the city where this kind of machine is better suited to their needs. That's the reason why I never really saw these on display at the stores I visited. However, if I had taken a trip to the edge of the city, I probably would have seen more of these on display. So should the stores in town start to display and sell these along with the conventional mowers? I don't think so. The reason is pretty obvious. If I've seen and worked on only a few of these because of my hobby, what would a non-enthusiast think when they see one of these for the first time? I'm pretty certain they didn't even know what it was and just walked right by them. Now, the stores that did put them out on display probably sold very few of them and then realized the space they're taking up on the display floor is better suited for something more customers would actually buy. Now, would I ever buy one of these? And the answer is yes, but it had to be really cheap or just free. But why would I even get one? Well, that's pretty easy. I'm lucky enough to live near a wooded area, and this would help me clear the overgrown areas along the edge of where I already mow. This should make seeing deer and coyote along with anything else that might be walking through the area a little bit easier. Right now, I have to use my string trimmer, but one of these should make it easier to keep clear. So if I have a definite need for one of these, then why don't I already have one? Easy. There are so few of these in my area because I live in the city, the likelihood that I can even find one for free is very rare. That, and I'm also very cheap, so I never buy one new or even used. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd really like to get one of these, and don't worry, if I do get one of my own, you'd be the first to know about it because more than likely the one I find will not be running and will probably need to be fixed. Now, I have thought about making one of these from a high wheel mower and using the spindle from a riding mower, but that's a topic for a different video. So my question is, would you ever get one of these to use either on your own lawn or some property that you have to maintain? And if your answer is no, mainly because you don't want to spend the money on it, what if I gave you one for free that I didn't want anymore? Would you take it and use it and not sell it? Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your time here. Please feel free to ask me any questions about this project or about your own projects, and I hope to see you in the next video.